Mr. Becker, I think earlier you mentioned you'd been in banking for 30 years, 12 of those as CEO.
Yes.
Mr. Shea, how long have you been in banking? How long have you been in the banking arena? Cut your mic on. I know you were director, but how long have you been in the banking sector? How many years?
Oh, how many? Since about 30 years.
30 years.
Or 30 or more years.
Mr. Ruff, how long have you been involved in the banking arena? Been employed as a banker?
I've been at First Republic employed for 13 years, and before that I was with KPMG.
For how long?
16 years.
Okay. All of you have seen ups and downs in the market. Any of us, and I'm in the real estate world, development world, it's ups and downs. Mr. Becker, I find it hard to believe that, and your company grew from, I think, 40 billion up to 210 billion. I find it hard to believe that, particularly with the camel ratings that y'all had received and the warnings, that whether it's an MOU in writing or you described it in words, that it really wasn't an MOU, it was more of a conversation, that to not hedge your bets on the deposits, 94% were uninsured. How did you reason with that? How did you come to that conclusion? I know it paid higher returns, but was that with 94% of your deposits being above the 250,000? How did you rationalize that?
Congressman, that was our business model. That again, my entire history, we had commercial clients and technology and life science clients, and they tend to have higher levels of deposits. That was our strategy.
But you took their money and you put it in an asset that you took, according to my what I have, you had 21 billion in securities. You sold at a $1.8 billion loss. Is that correct?
On March 8th, we contemplated raising additional capital and selling our available for sale securities portfolio, as I articulated in my written testimony. Okay,
and you mentioned, y'all were without a risk officer for 8 months. You've got 2,000, roughly a little over 2,000 employees. Did you happen to have a credit analyst or a financial analyst or a fund manager in that 2,000 employee number?
Congressman, to clarify, we had over 8,000 employees, and we had roughly 1,000 employees that had the majority or all of their responsibilities in risk management.
And nobody questioned what you were doing with the funds?
Congressman, the investments that were made in 2021 by our Treasury team and overseen by our Asset Liability Committee were invested in government securities.
Okay. Wasn't a good decision, was it?
Congressman, the decision that was made, I believe, was in the best interest with the facts that they had at that time.
Okay. Let me ask the question a little bit differently. I know my friend on the other side mentioned compensation. Were bonuses paid out in the last month of or close to the time that the feds took over?
The 2022 incentive compensation payments, as determined.
Were bonuses paid out?
Bonuses, incentive compensation payments were determined at the beginning of the year and paid out on March, I believe, 9th. Then that date was determined by our HR department and our finance team earlier in the year. That date was not changed.
But were the bonuses paid out after you had notice of the problems that you had at Silicon?
Congressman, the findings that we had, the regulatory findings, we were responsive to. And
I'm talking, were the bonuses paid out after you knew the bank after you'd gotten notice the bank had some serious problems?
Congressman, the feedback.
It's yes or no. You know the dates. It's yes or no. Were y'all aware that you were in serious trouble, and were the bonuses paid out? And what amounts were paid out?
Congressman, I respectfully disagree with the comment that at that point, the feedback we were in healthy shape. It was the social media led run.
On date wise, and I got 10 seconds, were the bonuses paid out after you had notice? You were put on a notice that you had a problem at the bank? Yes or no?
Congressman, I don't know
That's
the
a no.
definition of,
You know what you, I yield back.